It seems like only yesterday we were here for Super Bowl 52 and now back for the road to the Super Bowl here in the Twin Cities at US Bank Stadium. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings. This is taken near the 13. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34.
At their own 34-yard line.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there, 1st down Vikings. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 45-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Turn three. 80 weapon.
From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Let's bring it. And go.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. They'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 8. That'll be complete to Cook. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
First drive of the game. We did see this in practice, didn't we? Because they allowed us to stay and watch and see what their opening script would be, even though we don't know the exact play calls. That looks a lot like what we saw them execute, doesn't it?
It really does. And in practice, it wasn't about a lot of big shots on an opening drive. They wanted to put together a series of plays, sustain it. They've done that. The defense now on their heels a little.
That they are. And you know what else is happening now? They're gaining information. They're gaining knowledge about how the defense is planning on playing them. So not only are they being successful on this drive, they're filing things away for future drives in this game.
Check it out, read. 44.
Martinez to throw again. It's caught. Smith. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down.
Mike Spobo. I'm coming.
Operating from the gun, Martinez. And he hits his target. It's Kenny Stills. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the 1st. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. The kick by McManus is good. Every possession in the postseason magnified, and look, it's just the opening drive. They didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but at least they got on the board.
They got on the board. They've got their home crowd into it as well. And remember, in the playoffs, the game slows down a little bit, so every point is precious.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Jones and the Giants now with a first and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check 24. Check 24.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And good pressure defensively to stop him for a loss of a couple. Now, there's also a flag to go with it. Well, they had stopped him for a loss on the run anyway, so they'll decline that.
It's almost a good psychological advantage, isn't it? You created a penalty, and you still couldn't gain yards against us. No way we need to take that one.
They'll come up now on a second and long after the hold.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. It's going to be a long day.
Throwing Jones. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. That catch good for 5. It's third down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on third down.
High 7. Hey, look 3.
From the gun, Jones. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. McKenzie now to return it. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start first and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be caught. Touchdown, Vikings. Amari Cooper, 58 yards. And the Vikings get the quick strike touchdown. McManus's point after is good. And the lead grows to 10-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And they'll certainly be trying to do better than that first drive where they went 3 and out.
And sometimes the first drive is just simply to settle nerves. You know what it's like at the start of a game with the emotion, guys a little bit jumpy.
You do.
Oh, you understand the same way. It's just like us calling one, right? Making sure we ease into the game, let it come to us.
Well, you went
and
3
now
and
they have
out.
that opportunity.
No, you didn't go 3 and out. I went 3 and out on that first drive. I'll try to do better here.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54.
Ready?
On 2nd and 9, Jones. Catch made by Slayton. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That's on Kevin Zeitler, acquired in the Odell Beckham trade. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
And let's 6-6. Pull it high.
Check 43.
Bang, bang. Hey, zoom.
Bang, bang. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. I'm coming. I'm coming. Shoot. Check it back. Check it.
Jones operating from the gun. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Go.
Mike's 54. Mike's 54. Hey. Check 3.
Here's Jones. From the gun, he'll throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a 1st down.
Set, ready?
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go. 50. Plant.
Check. Watch it.
X3. 218. Chop.
Defense, let's go.
Go.
Hey, turn it out. Hey, 1-7. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Secret.
Throwing on 1st down. Jones. Open target here, Darius Slayton. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
Jones now on 1st down. That's complete to Slayton. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Give him 18 there, and the Giants have a 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Set. 30 base.
Mike 5-4.
61. Matchbox light.
Slam.
Hey. Hey, Foxtrot.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike. Watch the run.
Shoot.
Now Jones throwing on 1st down toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Check.
Go. Hey, exit.
54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Hey, let's get off the field.
5.
Throwing again. Jones. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Don't get nervous now. We ain't beginning.
Protein spill.
Don't get nervous. Check.
Hey, Echo.
Jones operating from the gun. And he's got it. Touchdown, Giants. Sammy Watkins there to make the grab as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As they began this last drive, things weren't exactly looking up for this offense. But after what they just did, putting the ball in the end zone, that took them away from the brink of possibly being knocked out of this game.
Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Wild Bill. Box try. 50's the money. Yeah, let's get that ball again. Let's get that ball right here.
2nd and 6. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Leonard Williams. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that's caught by Smith. And this is good for a first down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. On 2nd down now. It's Cook, and this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that down. I appreciate that, partner. But I do think they've been able to do that. Maybe not as effectively as they've wanted to, but I think we'll see more of as this game goes along because they want to continue to take care of that young QB.
Back to throw. Martinez. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. The Vikings send out their punter. Saquon Barkley deep to return. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. Call it a 48-yard punt. Give them 9, though, on the return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminated in a touchdown.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Anthony Barr charging hard from that linebacker spot, and he drops him for a loss of 11. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21.
Hey, Delta.
Now Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to make some contested catches, right? Sometimes you have to go up and beat a defender for the football. He has that in his arsenal as well.
Showed it right there. A reminder, as we've done all year, we'll send you to Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. In a bit, the coach is with us per usual as we start to look ahead, Charles, to our potential matchups in this year's Super Bowl.
Break it down, Coach. Break it down.
Here's Jones on 1st and 10. Throw left side, taken in by Slayton. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
4 receivers in the formation here. 3 to the left, 1 to the right. 2nd and 3. 2nd and 3. And this is caught by Watkins. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Ready up.
Jones now 8 of 11 in this first half. He's got it 1st and 10.
Under 10.
Looking to throw. Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. He'll get 15 and a Giants first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Look at me. Zipper. 54. Let's get it.
Jones now on first down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On 3rd down, Barkley. And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And Rosas puts this one through. And that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the second half to play.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on 1st down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Mike's 50. Mike's 50.
Get that quarterback, D-line. Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. Third down.
Brings up third down and 7.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Back to throw. Martinez. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. The Vikings send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. No. Guarantee the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Hallis Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game.
Come on, baby, let's go. Get time. Let's go.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10.
Hey, switch gears.
Move. X3. 218. Chop. Now.
I got motion there. Me. I got
Bravo.
Now Jones from the gun, he'll throw. And this is incomplete. The intended target, Saquon Barkley. That'll bring up 2nd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
To throw again. Jones to Barkley on the check down. Give him 9 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. And with his size coming out of the backfield, usually takes more than an arm tackle to get him down. That's why they like to get him involved in the passing game.
No doubt about it. You saw him running that angle route there and catching the ball. And with his size, not often thought to have hands, but we're hearing that more and more. Guys are doing a better job of catching the ball at any size coming out of the backfield because they need to be a full part of the offense.
Here we go. 54 is Mike. He's a go.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Got a man, Slayton. 10 yards, good for a Giant first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. Travis Kelce there to make the grab. And the Giants have taken the lead. Rosas good with the extra point, and that makes it a 17-10 score. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point. But it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense. Plenty of time to get back in this game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check. Go. 51 by 7. Let's go. Ready.
Now Martinez operating from the gun. It's complete. Stills. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
51's the mic, boy. 51. You must be getting tired of seeing me.
To throw is Martinez. Off the play fake. And Stills bringing it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 45-yard line.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Looking deep downfield. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down.
Pretty nice coverage there, but a missed opportunity for an interception. Let's face it, a lot of these defenders, they've got it all. Speed, athleticism, hands, a little bit questionable.
Mike's 50. Let's go.
Here's Martinez. Going to throw again. And that going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Martinez now to throw on 3rd down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chandler Jones coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it also brings up 4th. The Vikings send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
Now Saquon Barkley. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. Finally taken down at the 32-yard line. A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Outside handoff to the right side. If you're a running back, you love getting the ball early so you have vision to see what's happening in front of you.
Right tackle likes that call. Big play for him, but don't forget about the guys you always tell me on the backside sealing off.
When they talk about cutoff blocks, making sure no one can leak from the backside that can run a play down.
And nobody leaked. Big play.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Go. Hey, 2.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike. Took the ball.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Jones from the gun, he'll throw. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately, because if you let that big guy get ahead of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Pilot, 64, weak. Check. Switch. Go. Mike 5-4. Shoot.
Back to throw. Jones. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll get him a new set of downs.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
A 1st down carry for Barkley. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Giants with the football and also the lead as we get set to start quarter number 4. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
Go. Back. 22 jet bomber. Hey, team 6. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch.
Looking to throw. Jones. Going right side, he finds Slayton. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 10 yards, good for a Giant 1st down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 1st down, Barkley. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
I know the game's not over, but there's got to be a sense of satisfaction right now for the guy carrying the football a bunch today. 99 yards, and he has enough time to go over the century mark.
Well, you got to give it to him again, right?
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. You're not worried about losing yardage here. You're not worried about any of that. You just want to get him to the promised land for every runner. 100 yards or more in a game.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
And it's 3rd down.
The Giants on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
PAT up and good by Rosas. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A well-executed 22-yard gain. A 10th carry in the game for Cole. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Martinez looking to throw on second down. Oh, he's able to outmuscle him here as he pulls it in. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 22-yard line.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Looking for the end zone. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. Amari Cooper. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are back within a single score. Extra point from McManus is good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a 1-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen.
Check 13. Weapon.
Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up.
Check 52.
Get it.
Barkley. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Second and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
X3. 218. Jump. Lead grip. Lead grip.
They'll go to Barkley again. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner. And there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Hey, exit.
Mike 54.
Man, that's trash. That's trash.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Giants on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 7.
Hey, let go.
Back to throw. Jones. And look at this. this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. The tight end Kelsey was the intended target. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 11 at the Giants' 34-yard line.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Go. Spoke to Mike. Mike spoke. Here we go.
To throw on second down, Martinez. He's got Smith here. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
They got to get to the 23 here on third.
Go, get throw. He's coming. We got double up. Go. Mike 51. Let's go.
He's back to throw. The open man is Smith. A gain of 19 and picking up the first.
In a 2-minute drill, we often talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
He'll look to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down one. That extra point is not a gimme.
So the clock shows 55 seconds to play as they line up for a critical onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Check out.
Greystone, travel.
Wide, get wide.
Fire.
Again, it's Barkley. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Go now. 91. 54.
Here we go.
third down. Barkley, and he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This officially a 55-yard attempt. It's a gain of 11 and a giant first down.
I know we don't like to admit it. We like to appear to be on top of every situation, but there's no way we expected that. They have the lead, and they pull the fake.
Well, I hit you on your leg under the table because I couldn't believe they were doing that. You're right, lead fourth quarter, but I guess they wanted a bigger cushion.
I guess so, but I guess maybe that is the beauty of it because there's no way they could have expected on the other side of the ball as well. They have the lead. They expect them to go ahead and kick it.
Check tight, check tight, check tight.
Now.
They will take a knee here and cue the celebrations. They are off to the Super Bowl. And as they take that knee, you can hear a pin drop in this stadium right now, partner.
I'd say you could hear a pin drop except for one thing. You're hearing a lot of people on cell phones right now calling and saying, cancel my reservation, because this crowd thought they were going to the Super Bowl. They had trips planned, hotels, reservations, the whole deal. That's all wiped out now.
Mike 54, I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.
And that does it for the conference championship. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And for our entire crew, we'll see you 2 weeks at the Super Bowl. This is the NFL on EA Sports.